Hello, everybody. This is a voiceover recording of a Salado match, meaning Fargo reported match, 9-ball, race to 9, alternate break between myself, Sean Lewis, Fargo as of this day, 665, playing against Bret Miller, who's a 558. We played this match on Saturday, and today is Wednesday, and I'm doing an analysis after the fact. So he made a ball, got pretty good position on the one. Missed it. I'm not going to say too much at this point. Once I see Bret shoot a little bit more, and I'll start making a little bit more commentary as far as what things that I see. One of the things that I'm trying to do with these Salado sets is witness like inconsistencies in the stroke, or like if I see repeated mistakes of the same type, then I'm going to point that out. The expectation being that these people are going to come back and watch these sets and use them to try to advance their game. So I just played that with a little bit of low English and a little bit of left English. It's mostly just draw when it's that close, because all you need to do is get it to turn just enough to the tangent line. So here, I can either stay below the 3, shoot it in the side, or I can come back between so I just stayed below, and that way I can stay below the 4, trying to get roughly straight in on the 4 ball. And either side of the 4 is fine, because I can go forward into the side rail, or I can punch down if I get either side of it, but close to straight in. As far as what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure to visualize as deeply as I can into the shot, seeing myself shoot the shot sort of in my mind before I get down on the ball, and then I'm just trying to use that information to guide my aiming and my stroke. Trying to imagine how hard I have to hit it with my body and what it would look like. Trickled it in pretty good, so I just need to use low left, get roughly straight in on the 8, or I can go forward, shoot the 8 in the side, but just got to stay above the 9. Pretty good left-handed stroke. I've been experimenting with and without the glove, and for this match I played without the glove, but I think I'm going to go back to the glove. Just missed that out of nowhere. I think I was going too fast. I feel like I'm a little bit juiced up at the beginning of this match. Not sure if that extension was on there at the beginning of the game when you shot the first shot, but maybe that may have had something to do with missing the ball. Good shot. Alright, scores 1-0. Breaking scratch. 2 balls a little bit tough. If I'm going to try to break this ball out, I'd probably shoot the 1 in the corner past the 8 and the 2 and try to use straight follow to go into the rail and bump the 8s away from the rail rather than using the side pocket shot and then trying to like stun it down if I'm trying to break it out. Another thing you might do is play the 1 in the side and then go to the end rail and then back up into the bottom of the 8. And as long as you miss the 2 or hit the 2 thin, maybe that might work too, to bump the 2 out and the cue ball will swipe across it. Play it safe here. Pretty good. Even if it doesn't hit the 3, it's a pretty good shot. The cue ball's gonna end up right down on the end rail. Tough cut to either pocket. Let's try to make that. So this, if you don't mind elevating and then using a lot of draw and a little bit of left English, cut in the corner, come down, or you can go forward maybe if the 2 or the 6 isn't in the way and go 2 rails. You could bank it in the side and then keep your cue ball down there a little bit. I don't really see any good safety plays other than maybe banking the 2 down towards the bottom of the table. Yeah, I like that shot. Pretty good. Or just try to draw to get straight in here. Staying above it, if not, because then you can go to the end rail and back up and it keeps this better, nicer line. Like that, it's a good angle. Barely made it. It's good, just high left, almost like center left. It's good. Just gotta draw back. I might try to draw back and then leave the cue ball in front of the side pocket so I can cue lower than top of the ball in case you stay on the rail. Gonna baby the stroke there a little bit. I'm gonna work on my rail shooting, long distance shooting. It's on my list. Good shot. Taking your time. I like that. Right, scores 2-0. Bret's in the lead. It's Bret's break. Pretty good situation here. 4 passes to 5. Just leave yourself roughly straight in on the 4 here. Then I like playing it 2 rails. Or if you get a little bit of angle on the 4, then you can play the 4 to the 5 and then play 5 1 rail back for the 6 and basically play through the middle of the table. All kind of depends on this 2-ball shot. Yeah, I would have probably made to make sure to get to the rail and then back out just to give myself less distance on the shot, because the rail shot you got to be a little more accurate, so I like to be close if I can. Got a little bit of a nice rub there. If you have any angle, you can go forward with inside English, but if it's straight in, you might just draw back and then just try to draw back between the 7 and the 9. Leave yourself a little bit of angle, a little bit more draw than that, just to make the 6-ball easier to pocket. Left me a little bit tricky. I think I ended up playing safe here. Yeah, just playing the thickness of the hit to judge where the balls are going to end up and playing both balls and then using distance and potentially that 9 or the 7 as blockers. Hoping to basically get control of the table. Here I'd probably try to jump bank it. I think I'm going to cut this in, play the speed. I thought I was going to come below the 7. I was expecting to shoot it into the side. Just played that with a lot of right English to hold it. It scores 2-1. Not quite the break that I'm trying for. I think I need to hit that just a little bit harder. I'm playing it safe here, and my goal is just to create separation of the 1 and the 2, and then hope to not really give a good shot. Did pretty good. So here I like playing it super thin, thinning the cue ball or the 1 to the middle of the table under the 9, and then just going 2 rails back. Otherwise, you can play the cue ball to the bottom of the 3 or to the right side of the 4. I think I have to play safe again. Just playing behind the 4. Pretty good jumping so far. I don't know if I can make this ball. Pretty good shot, just a touch of left. Just to make it turn below the 6. Here, left English, just to twist it slightly off the rail. A little funny. Wanted to get a little bit of an angle on the 3, but I got straighter in than I wanted. So I'm just going to play safe here and use the 7 as a blocker and the 6 as a blocker. Kind of shoot the 4 at the corner. It doesn't go past the 6, so I'm just going to play to miss the 6. Left a good, pretty easy jump shot, really, though. I don't know how good of a shot that was. Pretty risky, really. One of the things I try to do when I compete with people is just kind of check their capabilities. You know, you should really, I think, assume at a higher level that everybody can do everything as well as you can, and that you're basically playing against yourself. And you don't have to think specifically, what do I do against that player? You just play against yourself. I can play this either right or left. I think I like playing it to the right so that I can I don't have to hold the cue ball as much. It's a further distance position. Now if I had a little bit straighter, I'd go forward. I think here I'm going to just draw and left English and play to straight in relatively for the 6. I got a little straighter in than I wanted. I'm going to wanted to just roll it to the side rail and back out, but I think I now have to punch it. That shot, you had to make sure not to hit it too hard. You get scratched. Just got to play the speed proper. All right, scores 2-2. Made a ball, shape on the 1. Just got to come back down table for the 2 here. think you can play this with right English and come and twist it backwards, back off the side rail or the top rail, and go between the 4 and the 6. You might go forward and then just try to play on the short side of it past the 8 as well. And that might just be just high. It's caught a little bit too much spin there. If you can't make it, then you just kick and stick this out. There's not that many good angles to get on the 3, so I'm just going to say below it and play for that side pocket. Well, I guess not. I went for it. Maybe that's what I was thinking I should have done initially. I did pretty good here. Elevated over the 4. It's a good idea to practice at the bridge, even if you don't use it very often. Ended up a little bit tough there, so I played that bank shot. If I would have made it, I think it would have just went straight in, so it seemed a little bit risky looking at it. A little bit just leaving yourself a little bit too far away makes these shots a little bit difficult. There's a drill I used to shoot called the middle game by Bert Kinnister that helps with that, where you shooting most balls in like 2 diamonds away, but you got to play your cue ball through the middle of the table for every shot, so you kind of learn how to do the draw shots and all that other stuff. Just stay in the middle of the table and also away from scratching in the side. So here I think I'm a little bit steep to play one rail shape, so I think I'm going to play to draw back and shoot the 8 in the corner, like the short side, like so. Now I can just use follow and go to the other side of the 9. If I ended up higher up, I could just play follow with right English to stay on this side of the 9. You don't have to use left English on that. You just have to make sure that the cue ball is going to go past the 9 rather than bump it. Alright, score's 3-2. Still not getting the break that I'd like here. I think I should have just played a straight into the 1, and I tried to cut it and then ended up double kissing. And now I think just a stop shot safe is the right shot. Might have been a little aggressive there. You could always just maintain your game plan. Pretty routine out here if I can get from the 3 to the 4. Then also the 8, 9 are technical close together, so I got to get good on those balls. A little squirrely there. Good recovery. Just checking the tangent line to see what's going to happen. Just to plan the spot where the 9's going to be. It's always a good idea, I think. Got really good on it. Just missed it. Alright, score's 3-3. Bret's break. Made one does not have much of a shot here. Pretty smart shot. Just playing with those balls as blockers. If you make it, you got something. Pretty good result. I was trying to kick and stick, so it could have been better even, but that's pretty good. Pretty good effort. I think I'm just going to try to jump this ball in. Not really any like obvious kick situations here for that. If I make it, the shape is there more often than not. I'm trying to use draw, of course, with this. Pretty close. Got a lucky safety. think I might have played that to try to kick and hit the right side of the balls, just to send the one to the side rail and not much higher. Pretty routine out from here. Just gotta get on the 4 to the 5. 3, 4, 5 is the trick. That pretty good. A little bit below where I wanted to be. These shots are all kind of similar to what you'd see in the middle game. That one's a little thin, so I played it safe. Would have liked to have gotten a little bit further into the middle of the table with the 5. Even if you make this ball, the cue ball is going to go away from the 6, so it's one of the reasons why this kind of angle is not too bad. Even though I'm leaving a shot, it's hard to play safe or hard to play to get a shot. You got to kind of play with right English or a lot of follow to go up and down. Pretty good shot. But again, the cue ball is far away from the 6. It makes it a difficult position. Not much to do here, just make sure you make the ball, come back to the middle of the table, and then take whatever you get. High ball with left. Alright, scores 4-3. Free ball's tricky here, that's it. Other than that, it's a pretty easy rack. I might try to play short side for the corner. That was wild. I think I was playing in between the 6 and the 3. Came out pretty good other than being far away. A little bit short. Pretty lucky there not to scratch. I was trying to play 4 rails. Hit it too hard anyways, it looked like. After getting all that luck, I need to make sure to lock this one in, so I'm taking my time. Alright, scores 5-3. Bret's break. Pretty good layout if you can get to the 2. Make the 2, but I think the bank is on. Take your time, line up the ball, help yourself build a visualization so you can see yourself doing it, and allows yourself to feel more confident because you've seen it happen. Good shot. Now here I like to just draw back to the middle of the table. If you can. Try to make this and go to the middle of the table, I think. 6 to the 7 is the key shot here. Yeah, I probably wanted to hit that a lot harder just to get better action, better control of the 5. I'm going to try to kick this in to the side because it has potential to get shape on the 6 if I make it. Pretty close. Foul. If you're comfortable, you can cut it and go 3 rails back around between the 7 and the 8. You can go forward into the line that you're looking at right there. I think just using level Q here and using speed to get to the end rail or to the side rail. That's all you can really do. Quite a bit more speed than necessary. It was a pretty good shot though. Let's make this ball probably just use follow. I wouldn't even necessarily draw this ball, but being that you're out in the jaws, you can actually draw it as well. Unforced error there. So I'm going to use inside English here. Maybe not, just made sure to make it. The 9 is close to the pocket. So it makes sense to just cinch the ball because you know this is an easy ball. All right, 6-3. Don't have a good shot. Playing a little safe with high inside there. Playing the 3-2 rails behind the 7. Now that I got the lead, I'm mainly just trying to play solid, not give up anything easy. When you have your opponent kind of on the ropes and you have a little bit of momentum, you just kind of ride it, stay up there. Keep your opponent off balance, keep them thinking about the score. Pretty good kick shot. Overall, the kicking has been really good from Bret's side. A few unforced errors and the speed was off a little bit. But all that's really good. This is even another difficult shot. When the balls are spread open like this, when you get an open shot, then you're supposed to get out. So that's really what I'm playing for. Is to just get the balls out in the open where I can shoot and try to run out. Another good kick. I think I'm going to play right English, and yeah, I was trying to use the 4 as a blocker, but ended up just leaving him straight in. Pretty good opportunity. It's good moving by Bret, staying alive until I made a mistake. I don't know, a little bit close there, kind of babying it a little bit, but they're still going. Even with this like shorter strokes, I feel like you want to have. I like to have a little bit of an acceleration coming through the ball, so I use like a shorter backswing on a lot of my short shots. Maybe work on your draw stroke, being a little bit smoother and less, more of a smooth transition from your backswing to your follow swing. So you have better energy transfer. A smooth transition, like more on your pre-strokes. I think I just have to stun this. I don't like to just roll it because the cue ball might roll further than I want to roll off. So a lot of times I'll just play a stun shot. I've been practicing stun shots for years. You get used to it so you can roll 2-3 cue balls forward pretty easily and have control, which is nice. Score 7-3. Made one. Not a great shot on the break on the one. On this table, if you overhit it, it can go down to the end rail. It goes to the side and to the end. So you either have to hit it softer or harder. I typically opt for a little bit softer. You could try to bank this ball. With the balls being in the open, might be a little risky to do that. Well, from here it's pretty routine. 6 to the 7 may be tricky. Used a little bit too much English there, and it kind of grabbed and went into the 5. Maybe I needed to play a little bit of left or a little bit of right English instead of whatever I did there. I might have put left English trying to hold it and just put too much. I think I can still make this ball. Not sure what's going on with that shot. I was trying to thought it was going to end up straighter on the 6. But I hit it pretty hard. I decided to go for it. Could have probably played safe by going underneath the 9 ball. You can play short side by using inside English here, or you can come all the way around. Pretty good shot. A little bit far away. Here, just cut the golf ball to make sure you come down table, but I'd probably play to hit the second diamond just to avoid any potential scratching like that. Alright, score 7-4. Not sure if I have a shot here or not. Can't really see if he's gonna make, if he can see it or not. Cool swerve shot. Looks like you gotta kick one rail now at the 3. Yeah, and if you're playing this, yeah, you do want to play it with more speed to make sure you come around and give yourself a chance to have a shot. Nice. Good shot. I just gotta stay in control here now that you're back in line. Doing a good job about planning a shot, looking and making sure you're gonna get on the right line. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do. They don't plan the next shot as best that they can, and then end up kind of in like inferior positions for no reason. And a lot of that, I don't know if it's patience or just like you just weren't trained to do that. But I think at a certain level, you need to do stuff like that till you know exactly what you're doing. You know, and once you're a higher level, maybe even higher level than I am, you know, you can stop doing that because you have a better feel for the whole table. So you just got to make this ball and come out. You can draw or you can go forward. Shooter's option. Well done. All right, score's 7-5. Bret's break. Dry break. Being elevated over these balls, it's difficult to know what's going to happen exactly if I cut it to the right. It's elevated, so it's a little bit tough. Cutting it to the left is even tougher because of the angle of the elevation. Oh, scratch because I hit it too full. you can cut the one super thin to the right into the 8 and not go into the corner pocket situation, just cutting it super thin, and then that could work. Get your cue ball out back by the 4, like 3 rails. Let's cut this to the right, I think, or to the left. Oh, missed it. Yeah, I intentionally bumped the 4 down table just to get a little bit better, more space to work with. I don't know if it worked out better or not, because I would have liked to have been above the 5. See, this shot I have to draw back. If I had left the 4 where it was, it would have been above the 5 already, and I just had to stay above it already instead of have to go draw above and change the angle that I'm coming into the shot. Almost hit it too hard because I had to make sure the draw catches. I just have to play this mostly high ball, playing for the 7 and the side. Play high inside here. If I would have gotten straighter, and I would have used probably 1 to 2 rails with draw. All right, score's 8-5. Just didn't really get very much good action on the break in this set, which on my table, I normally get at least one break and run, it seems like, but you never know. Try to play it safe, then use the 2 to trap the 1 below the 7, but didn't work out. Now you just table length stop shot or draw, and then everything is looking like connect the dots. Looked like your stroke, when you follow through, goes to the left. You might rewind that. Take a look at that stroke. So in this shot, came up with 2 straight on the 6, I think. And made this rack tough. Needed to have an angle there. So instead of putting the left English, I should have just played center to create just an inch or 2 of angle, seems to me. Going down there to see exactly where you want to go could help, because this is not, it's not bad. I mean, this is a good shot. That's not what we wanted to have to do. And here, if you're in the angle, I just go forward. Get close to the 8. You gotta be, on a 9-footer, you gotta move your ball around. And otherwise, you're gonna be faced with a lot of tough shots. Good shot. Alright, scores 8-6. Made one on the break. Just gonna have to roll the 1 in. was pretty much playing that cut to for that speed. Just taking a look at different stuff here, trying to figure out if I can even get a shot on the 2. If I make the 1, seeing what I need to do and where I need to go. Playing there, that safety is purpose for it is for you to have to shoot the 1 down towards the 2 more. Any shot that you shoot the 1 towards the 2 has a chance for me to be able to play safety and get behind the balls. You gotta go 1 or 2 rails to the right side of the 3. Yep. There's not really anything great that can happen here. You can that actually worked out pretty good, other than I can play another safety. I can try to bank the ball and play shape. I think I'm going to play the safety. I'm on the hill here, so I'm trying to just lock in this last game. I'm not taking any chances as far as I know. Trying to get things to where eventually I have a shot. I like kicking 2 rails into the side. I'm always looking to see how simply I can execute the out without having to do anything crazy. Try to play like natural rolls as much as I can. Obviously, you do have to spin the ball here and there. Got a little bit shallow on this ball. So I had to kind of manipulate the cue ball energy there. Checking my tangent line. See how the reaction's going to be. Just missed it. I think I'm going to try to bank this ball. Kind of a two-way where I'm going to get shape, but then also the 4 is going to be in a place where if I miss, you're not going to be like super easy. It's calculated risk. Punch over. 1 rail. Missed. V. Probably play this one rail for the side. That's good too. Just draw now. Really, once you make the ball, then there's ways to get down to the end rail. So it's more about staying off the rail. Leave yourself as less severe of an angle as possible. This is actually the angle that I was playing for from the 8 to the 9 when I missed the 6 ball. It's going right at that second diamond, which is where you want to be. Just got to make sure to shoot the shots, so that the cue ball has a stun, maybe a stun and left on it. Good shot. Alright, my break. Looking really good. The 6 is a little bit of a challenge, that's it. High ball, inside maybe, go forward 2 rails. Again, I like to get a little bit close. That's a bit further than I necessarily wanted to get. I like to be like 1.5 to 2 feet away from the object ball. I'd like to end up with an angle here to punch out, but if I end up straight in, I can draw back and shoot the 7 in the side. So it doesn't really matter. In this situation, I can go forward even, because I ended up with the perfect angle. I think to go forward to the end rail. Like not enough angle to come out. Too much angle to draw. So you just got to be adaptable. All the shots are valid as long as you know what you're doing. Here, just draw over to shoot the 9 in the same pocket, or you can follow. Alright, this will be the end of set number 1. Set number 2 forthcoming. Thank you for watching.